From the OUTV Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, California, this is Brief News Brief, a brief look at today's trending news topics, proudly combating the thought police since 2016. Here's your host, James Heaney.
I'm James Heaney, and this is your Brief News Briefing. This Memorial Day weekend, fake meat landed itself on your lap, and it's not going anywhere, folks. Nowadays, you don't need to be a vegan or a vegetarian to opt for a meatless alternative. We live in a world where we're eating more meat than can sustainably be produced on the planet, so it's time to make some changes. America's meat consumption is one of our nation's leading causes of climate change. These days, opting for a meatless burger is a political statement. Although beyond that, hamburgers are delicious, right? And what's more American than a hamburger off the grill on a holiday weekend? Well, enter the Impossible Burger and the Beyond Burger, a new page in meatless options for Americans who still want to eat meat, but are also up for trying new sustainable ways of eating. They taste like meat, the consistency's a lot like meat, and they're becoming more and more accessible across the country. Beyond Burgers are now available at major grocery stores. In fact, I cooked Beyond Burger for the first time on Friday, and I was incredibly impressed. It was the first time I had ever cooked a Beyond Burger or eaten one. And it was effortless. I didn't even need to spice it. It tasted great, and the rest of the day when I walked into my apartment, it smelled like I had cooked hamburger. Woo-hoo! I'm not telling my secret to the public. But major restaurant chains are also using these Beyond Burgers. TGI Fridays, Carl's Jr., Del Taco, and the Impossible Burger is available at over 5,000 restaurants worldwide. It's scheduled to hit grocery stores later this year, and I'll tell you, as soon as I see it, I'm going to try it. Right? Get with it, people. This is the summer you can make a difference by having some meatless burgers in your life. Burger King's doing it. It's reaping the rewards for taking the plunge into meatless land. On April 1st, they started testing a vegetarian-friendly version of its Whopper, and lo and behold, foot traffic and sales went way up. Burger King said it would launch the product nationwide by the end of this year. It's the almond milk to your cow milk. It's the Red Bull to your cup of coffee. You might even see some meat-free sausage pizza coming from Little Caesars. There's Little Caesars near you if you have one near you. Vegetarianism, meat capitalism. It's the dawn of plant-based products that taste like meat and are good for you and good for the environment. If you haven't tried it yet, it's time. It's the summer of meatless revolution, the summer of meatless love. Let's just roll around with our long hair and their no-meat burgers. These are dastardly disastrous times. Today, Representative Thomas Macy, a Republican from Kentucky, objected to the $19.1 billion disaster aid package, which derailed House leaders' bid to pass this bill by unanimous consent. This is the second time in a week House Republicans have blocked the disaster relief bill. The Senate passed the bill 85-8 on Thursday, and Trump has publicly said that he would sign this bill, even without border funding, which he previously requested. We're talking Trump compromising here. But no! The objections to the disaster aid bill further delays legislation that would send assistance to victims of western wildfires, Midwest flooding, and hurricanes that hit the Southeast and Puerto Rico last year, as well as to aid other disaster-affected areas across the country. Objections to the bill are still wrapped around a non-approved border wall, and those political battles continue to be waged at the necks of the citizens affected by natural disasters. These are people that are just trying to get their lives back together. More Washington gridlock, more political drama. House lawmakers left Washington last week, but leaders were able to advance the bill by unanimous consent, a maneuver that allows for a quick passage of legislation with only a few members present, as long as there's not a single objection. It needs to be unanimous, not a single objection, because one would be enough to block it from passing. The full House is not scheduled to return to Washington until June 3rd. So now, thanks to this one guy from Kentucky, we've got to wait till then until any relief comes to people that are being affected by natural disasters. There has been a lot of chatter on the abortion issue in recent weeks. It's everywhere. State politics, Supreme Court decisions, divisive issues left and right, fanning the flames of Americans' deep cultural divides on Facebook. Yet have you asked yourself, what are the tech companies going to do about it? Enter Netflix. Today, Netflix became the first major Hollywood company to take a stand against Georgia's recent passage of a strict abortion law. Today, the streaming giant said that they would rethink their entire investment in Georgia if legislation known as the Heartbeat Bill became state law. The controversial bill would outlaw most abortions as early as 6 weeks, which is sometimes before a woman even knows that she is pregnant. It's set to become state law next year. The bill's passage earlier this month comes as Georgia has become a vital production hub for the film and TV industries. The region is better known as Hollywood these days. This year alone, film and television production generated $2.7 billion in direct spending in the state. Amazon and Lionsgate are also considering canceling plans to shoot there. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, who made the passage of the legislation a key component of his campaign last year when he beat the Democratic opponent Stacey Abrams, he doesn't seem bothered by the Hollywood criticism. Well, we're going to find out what's more important, politics or money.